Hello, this is Reddithin, and welcome to NPL Miners Season 4, Week 5. Yes, it is Week 5. I believe. Yes, it is Week 5. I'm sorry. I just get worse by the day. Anyway, so in case you have been keeping up with my channel, you've noticed that I haven't had upload in like a little over a week. I've just been really busy like moving into college and stuff, but we should be back to normal now. I'm just gonna try to get my GPC and TBU uploads up as well, but because NPL is a lot easier to record than TBU, I'm gonna try to get this up on time, so hopefully that's the case. But anyway, this week we are playing Fog, or aka Keegan Games, I believe he goes by now, and the Colorado Avaluggs. So yeah, we're just trying to be in a really good spot here going forward to try to get a strong win here. So looking at his team, I was really mainly just afraid of the Charizard. If I was able to like not lose with the Charizard, then I feel like I had a really good chance to win this game. Also, I was kind of afraid of Sticky Web, so those two things, if I could keep those from like destroying me, then we're good. So anyway, let's go into the team. We have Mega Gallade with Drain Punch, Poison Jab, Will-O-Wisp, and Bulk Up. And I don't know why these EVs are the way they are. They actually shouldn't be, but I believe these were actually 252 attack, and then yeah, those got messed up at some point. But this is what they were in the battle. I have no idea what happened there, but anyway, so this is just enough speed to outspeed Keldeo. So I got the Drain Punch, the Poison Jab, the Will, and the Bulk Up. Drain Punch and Poison Jab are pretty self-explanatory. That hits like literally his entire team. Of course, it hits the Delmize neutrally, but I can like burn it and stuff. And then I have the Poison Jab to hit the Florges. So yeah, he's really fighting weak. So Drain Punch and Poison Jab was really like all I need. And then these last two moves are kind of interesting. I had the option to go either Will-O-Wisp or Bulk Up, or Will-O-Wisp or Ice Punch along with Bulk Up. Bulk Up obviously because a lot of his team still outspeeds this thing, or can outspeed potentially, like the Scarf stuff, like the Aerodactyl. Mainly just the Aerodactyl, and actually, yeah, it was just the Aerodactyl, and and of course the Mandibuzz having foul play, it could pretty much just OHKO me if I tried to set up. So to get around that, Will-O-Wisp and Bulk Up really deals with that. So I can burn the Mandibuzz because foul play actually reduces damage if the Pokemon that's using it is burned, so that's really nice. Will-O-Wisp also lets me 1v1 the Delmize, 1v1 the Bronzong, and then all that fun stuff. And then Bulk Up just makes it easier to kind of set up. Like I can set up on the Charizard once. I can set up in like on a whole on like a lot of his team more, so that's really nice. And then Drain Punch just so I can keep like recovering back up over close combat. So really with Gallade, I've noticed that either each week you're gonna go for like a full offensive set, or you're gonna go for more of like a bulky attacker kind of set. This is definitely more of the bulky attacker kind of set. I've really been liking this thing, so hopefully it gets to put in work. Next up is the Venomoth. Oh, I apologize. It was pretty much for me. It was a toss-up between this thing and Cloyster. Both did so much to his team, but I decided to go to Venomoth just because I felt it was more reliable. And just with Tinted Lens, Bug Buzz actually just destroyed him. Like he had literally zero resist to this thing. Like even if he brought like the Chansey, which I didn't think he would bring because Chansey's terrible in this matchup, I could put it to sleep and then just continue to like set up. So yeah, Bug Buzz is really all I need. If I was able to get like a Quiver Dance off, or 2 Quiver Dances off, then I was in a really good spot. And also, really nice thing about this thing is that unlike Cloyster, it doesn't get the attack boost. So Mandibuzz, if it doesn't have the Brave Bird, it will not be able to do that much to me. So that's pretty cool. Substitute was kind of the wild card. I could have either gone Substitute or Roost. I probably should have gone Roost in hindsight, but Substitute was nice because actually I really don't know why I put Substitute on there. I really should have put Roost. I guess I just wanted a safer option against Charizard and everything in case like Sleep Powder missed, but I think Roost was just the better bet overall. But anyway, next up is Garchomp with the Choice Scarf with Earthquake, Stone Edge, Crunch, and Stealth Rock. We're bringing Scarf Chomp again with Rocks because our team doesn't really have that many great Rocks options. Garchomp's just kind of the best we got in this matchup at least, so yeah, I just want to slap rocks on there. And the rest of the moves is really all I need. I kind of wanted dragon coverage. I also kind of wanted something to hit the floor just better, but stealth rocks are really nice just because he has the Charizard and everything, and that's really good. When there's a Charizard, you kind of need rocks, so yeah. And then we got the Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Crunch. Earthquake and Stone Edge are pretty self-explanatory. Crunch just lets me hit the Dhelmise and the Bronzong, both of which I felt could have been issues because looking at my team, neither of those, like my team can like deal with them, but I also don't really have like any like dedicated like stuff to actually deal with them. So just having coverage for those is going to be really helpful, possibly. And then next up is the Rotomage with Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Foul Play, and Pain Split. Standard for the most part, just got Foul Play because it's the only way to guarantee I just doesn't let Charizard set up on me. Because if it would be like a sub DD set, then I'd have to rely on like hitting Hydro Pump and all that, and it's not a good time. Foul Play just guarantees that this thing beats Charizard 1v1, so it's kind of necessary for that. Rest is pretty just self-explanatory, like dual stab, get some nice momentum there with the Volt Switch and everything. Next up is the Shaman with Seed Flare, Earth Power, Leech Seed, and Synthesis. Okay, so this is pretty self-explanatory. This is actually, this set 1v1s the Keldeo. It also can 1v1 Aerodactyl if it does not have the Fly or the Power Herb Fly or Sky Attack. It 1v1s the Jolteon, and of course, that's mainly it. This thing actually just walls a bunch of his team that kind of is a huge threat to the rest of my team, so it's good for that. Now let me go into this spread. So I actually messed up. This was supposed to underspeed Mandibuzz, so I could hit maximum damage with Seed Flare when it tries to like roost up and everything, but I messed up because it was actually this is actually outspeeding it by 1 point, I believe. Like I don't know what I did wrong, but for some reason I thought Mandibuzz's his neutral speed was 198. It's actually 196, I believe. Yeah, something like that. So yeah, I actually messed up theirs, but that's what it's supposed to do. But of course, with this nature and stuff, that didn't happen. But yeah, I did my best. It's the thought that counts, right? No, it's not. But anyway, let's just go with it. And finally, we have the Crobat with Brave Bird, Roost, Defog, and Taunt. This is just enough speed to outspeed the Keldeo, I believe. Yes, it's outspeed the Keldeo. I didn't even bother trying to speed tie the Jolteon or the Arrow just because I was not staying in on those anyway, so it didn't really matter. Just get as much bulk and attack as I can. We got the Brave Bird, Roost, Defog, and the Taunt. I mainly just had this thing because hazards were kind of spooky. He had the Shuckle that could set up Stealth Rock and Sticky Web. He had the Nidoqueen that can set up Toxic Spikes. Of course, Bronzong's a great rocker, and Chansey as well. So I really just wanted a way to make sure that hazards don't ruin my life, because Sticky Web actually does kind of shit on me just completely if I'm not careful. So this does deal with the Shuckle and everything quite nicely. Also, Taunt just breaks the Florges. It can break the Mandibuzz. It just overall Taunt's a nice move, and then we got the Infiltrator and the Brave Bird because sub Calm Mind Keldeo can also be a giant issue if I'm not careful. So yeah, that's the team. So let's go into the battle and see how it went down. All right, so sorry. Looking at what he brought, as I always say, he brought more or less what I expected. I play a lot of good opponents, obviously, so the only thing that I was kind of surprised to see is I didn't see the Dhelmise, and I didn't see the Shuckle. Like, really, his team did have like a lot of stuff that had a good matchup against me, so I don't think there's really like any bad options on his team against me other than like the Chansey. But yeah, so this is what he brought. He brought a lot of floaties. So Stealth Rocks are definitely going to be important in this matchup if I can deal with the Mandibuzz. So yeah, that's kind of my strategy going in, just kind of get my hazards and then do what I can with either Gallade or Venomoth. So yeah, leading off, he's going to lead off the Mandibuzz. I'm going to lead off with the Garchomp. I led with the Garchomp just in case he led with the Aerodactyl or he led with the Jolteon. If he led with the Aerodactyl, that's his only potential rocker, and be able to force that out or like Oko it potentially could be really nice. And of course with the Jolteon, I really didn't have much that wanted to switch in on it specifically, so Just getting that matchup would be really nice. But he does lead with the Mandibuzz, and of course I do not want to keep my Garchomp in on a Mandibuzz because it'll take a hella ton from foul play. I really gotta stop saying that. I am sorry. he's gonna crit my Rotom. Doesn't really matter because it doesn't do much, and I'm free to just click the Volt Switch as he does go into Jolteon here. I knew that could be a potential switch because, of course, it's immune to Volt Switch. I didn't really expect him to do that at this point because if I went for Hydro Pump, then that would do a ton of damage that Jolteon didn't want to take. I figured that the Florges was definitely a much safer play, but I definitely do understand why he did this, just because he wanted to stop the momentum and make sure I wouldn't be able to switch into something such as the Venomoth, which, of course, the Florges really does not like. So, yeah, he is going to go into the Jolteon here, but so I'm gonna have to not stay in here because that would be bad. And I'm actually just gonna go into my Shaman here as he does double switch into the Florges, and I'm perfectly okay with that. I really can't touch this Florges much, but it can't touch me, so I'm gonna set up the Leech Seed as he goes for the Moonblast. And yeah, his Shaman is so bulky, so it can eat that up fine. So here I'm actually going to go into the Venomoth, I believe, as he goes into the Charizard. No, I set up Leech Seed again, that's right. I do predict him to switch. If he decided to stay in or something and wish, I really didn't matter. I just get more HP back and everything. So I really had nothing to lose by going for Leech Seed there. So I do get the seed on the Charizard, which is nice because it lets Rotom deal with this thing so much better. So that's exactly what I'm going to go into here, as he actually predicts that and goes back into the Florges. And here I do believe I just go for the Volt Switch anyway. Even if he does go into the Jolteon, I really don't care because it's at full. No, I don't. I actually do just hard switch into the Venomoth. I'm dumb. I don't really know why I did that. I probably should have Volt Switched. Even if he went to the Jolteon, this wouldn't have been like the ideal switch anyway. But I don't know. I'm dumb, I guess. So he's going to go for the Wish. I'm just going to Quiver Dance here because, or no, I'm gonna do my Quiver Dance. I believe I do Quiver Dance. No, I sub. That's right. Because if he went to the Zard, I could just get some damage off before he gets the, or after he gets the Wish recovery. So he does go into his Mandibuzz here, and I do click Bug Buzz. I just want to scout if this thing has the Brave Bird or not, as he goes for the foul play, revealing he probably doesn't. But at this point, I believe, yeah, I don't want to risk it. So I do go into the Shaman. Even if he did go for the Brave Bird, I was able to eat that up just fine. But I really just wanted to get the Leech Seed up as much as I could. So I do go for that. The play there probably should have been the Rotom. No, I do switch in the Rotom here. Finally, okay, this is right. I do scout for the Brave Bird here. During the beginning of this battle, I made like some good plays, but I don't really understand why I made some. I don't know. This is an adventure we're on together. So he does have the U-turn. So he doesn't have the Brave Bird, which is really nice to know because. Of course, the Venomoth, I cannot put this thing to sleep because it likely has the Overcoat. So, yeah, now I know it doesn't have Brave Bird, so that could potentially be huge. So he's going to U-turn on the Rotom and go into his Jolteon. And like I said, Shaman really can just eat everything up, especially by that damage before. So he's going to go for the HP Ice. And I realized at this point that this thing is actually Expert Belt, and that's just fine by me because that means this thing can't really do a KO the Shaman at all. So it just hard walls it like I wanted it to. So that's really nice. So I'm going to go for the Leech Seed here onto the Mandibuzz as he does U-turn out, which is perfectly okay. And that's and this is the point in the battle where I noticed that I screwed up with the Shaman because the reason I went for a Leech Seed is because I knew that because I thought at this point I undersped, so I'd be able to get a Leech Seed off on whatever came in, but then I realized I did a dumb and I did not outslow it. So yeah, go me. So he's gonna go into the Charizard here, and I do just go into the Rotom because this thing still just 1v1s this thing either way. This is looking for the Declaw, which does a lot because he crits me, because of course he would. So yeah, I'm going to lose my Rotom here. That's really unfortunate because this thing would have been able to, I would be able to keep this thing around for longer if he did not crit me there. So yeah, really unfortunate for me. So now my biggest Zard check is down and this thing is like pretty much at full. So yeah, I have a lot of issues here. So I'm going to go into my Garchomp here, and I'm actually just going to go for the middle ground play here. I do go for the Stone Edge as he goes into the Mandibuzz, so I do get some really good damage off on that, as I do get a crit of my own. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to just go for the Stone Edge there, just because Even if he does decide to stay in with the Zard, the Stonage does 2-hit KO, and if he decides to DD, then I do take it out with 2 because I'm scarfed. Barring a miss, but let's not talk about that. But yeah, I did not think there was any chance he was going to stay in anyway, so I just went for the Stonage because Mandibuzz seemed like the likely play there. So I do get some really nice damage off on that, as I do switch into the Venomoth this time because I know that this thing cannot touch Venomoth. So this is where the Roost would have been really, really nice on Venomoth because I would just be able to set up continuously on this thing. But as we'll see here with the Foul Play, that is barely just misses out on a 3-hit KO. So I'm going to be able to set up at least 3 Clover Dances if I want. However, I'm just going to set up 2 because I want to make sure that I'm able to kill this thing and it doesn't kill me, because that would be really bad. So I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz here. That is a 2-hit KO, so this thing is picking up a kill no matter what. Even if he goes in the Florges, I just set up more because Florges can't touch this thing. So I'm going to Bug Buzz and take out the Mandibuzz, and so at this point things are looking really good as he does go into the Jolteon, and here is probably, I wouldn't say it's a regret, but this is the point in the battle where I really wish I had a Roost, because if I had a Roost here, then I actually just won, because kind of with this Jolteon in, I had to go for Bug Buzz. I knew there's a chance it could live depending on the spread, but if I went for Sleep Powder and I missed and this thing was at full, then I am actually in huge trouble, because this thing does so much to me at this point, and knocking into a range where it can't switch in because once I get my rocks up would be really nice, because it doesn't have the Mandibuzz anymore. So once I get my rocks up, then they're there to stay. So I needed to get rid of this thing pretty much at all costs, because it was very, very spooky. So it was kind of like the main thing that was getting in the way of Gallade just winning at this point. So I had to go for the Bug Buzz. Hopefully it killed. If not, it would put it into Rock's range. So to go for the sub here, I'm actually predicting, or actually trying to play around what it has. I went for the sub there just to scout for like the quick feet, because I figured that might be why I was switching in. I really didn't know why I was switching in at this point, but I knew that there was a good chance that it could live. So I do just go for the Bug Buzz here as it knocks it down to 7%. So yeah, we do lose Venomoth. Really unfortunate there, but you know, I really would have liked to keep it around, but yeah, I just could not risk the Sleep Powder miss at that point. So here I actually do go for the Stealth Rock, because I knew that he probably wouldn't stay in, and even if he did, then he was going to be dead on the next time he switches in anyway. So I do go for the Earthquake. No, I do. Yeah, that's right. I don't go for the rocks. Why did I go for the rocks? No, I was not gonna risk that. I don't know. I'm dumb. See, I make the good plays when I say I'm not gonna make the good plays. This is just a mess right now. So I'm gonna switch out here because, of course, I do not want to stay in on a Florges as he just goes for the Wish. So that's fine. I do go for the Brave Bird. Yeah, no. Yes. No. Do I go for the Taunt? Yeah, I do go for the Brave Bird. Let's go for the Brave Bird, just getting as much damage as possible. I just did that just in case he tried to switch in the Jolteon or something, but let's go into the Arrow. So I do go back into Garchomp because this thing can't Oko this thing even if it has like Ice Fang. But he does go for the Tailwind here. So I am spooked at this point because that means that the Jolteon can outspeed this thing and potentially ruin my life. So I just want to get my rocks up as soon as possible. Yeah, so, but he does predict that and goes into the Jolteon here. So I have to like get the hell out of Dodge at this point. So I do not want to take an HPS of this thing. I know Shaman can eat anything from this thing up. So that's exactly what I do as he goes for the Volt Switch. Weirdly enough, I'm really not sure why he decided to go for the Volt Switch there. Because that Jolteon was dead either way. Because I mean, I was going to switch out there, like he knew that, but I guess he just wanted to keep the Tailwind up. But I don't know. I really don't understand that play, but I'm okay with it because he does. Because that Jolteon's dead now, so he's gonna go to his Arrow here. I don't want to take an Aerial Ace. Like I said, I can live it and everything, but I knew that Shaman was really good against the Keldeo at this point, so. I knew Garchomp could take anything, so it's just going to take some damage from that. And I do go for the, I believe I do go for the Stonage here. No, yeah, as he goes into the, yeah, he just sacks the Jolteon as I do go for the Stonage. As he goes into the Keldeo here, I have no idea what kind of Keldeo this is, but Garchomp wants something to do with it, so I'm going to go into my Shaman, actually, because I know it can take anything. Even if it goes for the Icy Wind, which he does, and that does absolutely 0, because this thing is Choice Scarfed, and this Shaman is bulky as hell. So, yeah, Shaman really pulling through right now as he goes into his Florges, and I do just set up the Leech Seed. I knew I could take 2 Icy Winds and everything, so I really had nothing to lose by going for a Leech Seed there. And now I just get a free switch into the Crobat. So yeah, things are going quite nicely. So he's gonna go for the Wish here. I'm going to go for the Brave Bird actually, because yeah, he goes with Protect. If you try to switch out, then I get some damage, and then this Florges just won't be able to recover. So now I am able to taunt this thing. So I'm just gonna be able to get more Leech Seed recovery off, and yeah, that's all nice and good. So this thing can't touch me. This Crobat just wins in this matchup, so I'm free to go for the Brave Bird. Nothing really wants to take it, as he does go into the Aerodactyl. And like I said, I'm very lowly invested in speed, so I do not speed this, so I do not want to stay in. So I'm just going to go to my Garchomp. I still really have nothing to lose. If he goes for the Ice Fang, he dies to Rough Skin. If he tries to switch out, then he just dies to Rock. So either way, this arrow is dead once this Garchomp comes in, as he does go for the Stunnage. And here I do just go for the Crunch, I believe, as he does switch out, but I'm okay with that, as I do go for the Crunch. So the arrow is dead next time it comes in, so things are looking alright. So I do go back into my Shaman here, and it's just a lot of pivoting around right now as it goes for the Icy Wind. That actually crits me, which is really cool. Thanks, game. So if he gets another crit, I'm dead. But he goes for the Secret Sword, and revealing this thing actually wasn't Scarf. So yeah, at this point I was like, I don't know what this Keldeo set is. It's not Expert Belt. It's not Scarf. It's not Life Orb. I wasn't really sure what it was, but anyway, either way, my play was just the Leech Seed, so I do that. Getting some more recovery of the Shaman, because this Shaman just will not die. I love Shaman so much. And then gonna go to my Crobat. See, wishes up again, and my play doesn't change. I'm just gonna keep going for the Brave Bird, as he does go into his Charizard at this point. And here I probably just should have gone for the I could have gone for the taunt here. However, I didn't want to lose my Crobat, because it was still like, once this Charizard was gone, Crobat just won because it OHKO'd the Keldeo, and then it 1v1 the Florges. The rest of my team, I couldn't really guarantee that as much, so I didn't want to lose this Crobat. So I actually do just go into my Garchomp here, because if he does go for the DD, then I still outspeed and I kill with Earthquake. If he goes for the Flare Blitz, I live and then I revenge it, or if he just goes for the Dragon Claw, then I am free to just then this thing goes down, but this thing is not at a boost, so I'm just able to go into Gallade. So yeah, that was just kind of my safest play at that point. So I do go into the Gallade here. Now this is kind of interesting at this point. I was kind of risking some stuff here, because at just at neutral damage, with this Zard and this Gallade, he had just about a 30% chance to kill the Flare Blitz. So if I went for Bulk Up and he went for D-Dance, then I would have a 30%, or I would have a 70% chance to win this game. So pretty much a Focus Blast. So, but it was kind of my only play, because of course Drain Punch wouldn't kill at that point, and I just needed to get the boost, because once I get the boost, then I just won, because I knew this Keldeo wasn't Scarfed. This arrow died to Rocks, and then this Floor just died to a Poison Jab. So if I get a Bulk Up and is able to win a Flare Blitz at +1, I just win. So, and in case he doesn't go for D-Dance, then I just live, barring a crit, and then I win anyway. So yeah, my only play here was just to come in here and go for the Bulk Up. As I do that, as the Charizard is going to go for the Flare Blitz, and we live, thankfully, no burn. And yeah, this game is pretty much just in the bag, as that Drain Punch is going to tag out the Charizard. There's one kill. Keldeo's going to come in, trying to hold on for dear life here, but no, that's going to go down to the Drain Punch as well. And then he's just going to bring in the Florges and hope he can live this thing, but he is not, as Poison Jab's going to take that out. And we get a win. So yeah, Gallade is probably my favorite mon in the format right now. It's so much fun. It did so much work here at the end, and yeah, just a really good game overall. Yeah, this was a great game. Like, I actually had a lot of fun with this game. I guess there was only like one instance of hacks in this game, I believe, and that was just the crit on Rotom. I don't know really how much the game would have changed at that point. Maybe it would have less been like a 30% chance for me to win at that point, but I don't know. Either way, yeah, Gallade coming through, and we pick up another win, so we are now 3-0 in minors, so great start for us. I'm really excited to see how we do for the rest of the season, and I hope you are too, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video, and goodbye.